about. I believe that when you are wanting to achieve success, there's 7 steps. There's 7 things that really affect, make an impact to your success. It's not just about the offer. It's not just about where you make the offer, but most importantly, who you actually make the offer to. Then let's figure out, make sure that you're designing your business to really support your life. But yeah, let's really dive into this, and we will start here, right? Last week, well, a couple weeks back, I watched after my team, the Minnesota Vikings, had just finished the season 14-2, and I don't know if you guys follow football or not, but Sam Darnold's had like a Cinderella story type of season, right? Sam Darnold is in 2018 was drafted the 3rd overall pick of the NFL draft, and he had really high expectations for him, but he didn't live up to it. First 3 years with the Jets, he didn't do anything, and then he got bounced around between 2 teams. He went to Carolina, he didn't do anything, and then he ended up at San Francisco being a backup. And last year, we signed him to a 1-year, $10 million deal. And he's had a Cinderella story this season, right? 14-2. And he just did an amazing touchdown throw to Justin Jefferson in the end zone. And had his best game, five touchdowns, like 300 some yards, and great quarterback rating, all this stuff. So he comes into the locker room. And the team welcomes him into the locker room with, water bottles and I don't know if it's champagne or not, but anyways, they water bottles and spraying him and lifting him up on their shoulders and everything like that. And as a fan, I watched that and I realized, I'm like, oh man, our season is over, right? Why? Because of these 7 things here that I'm going to talk about. I believe that when you are wanting to achieve success, there's 7 steps. There's 7 things that really affect, make an impact to your success. The very first one is hunger. And Sam came into the season hungry, meaning that, after 5 years, almost 6 years of struggling in the NFL, he's fighting for the number 1 spot, right? He's fighting for the quarterback position with a young rookie quarterback that we just drafted from the draft this year, with JJ McCarthy, who was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings to be basically the franchise quarterback, right, for many, many years. So he was a 10th overall pick. We drafted him, but then JJ and Sam were fighting for the number 1 position at training and throughout the preseason. So and then what ended up happening was JJ ended up hurting himself in the preseason. So here we go, thrust Sam into the spotlight of being the number 1 quarterback because JJ's obviously hurt. So he gets the position, but I can see the hunger, right? I can see the hunger in him, right, playing, and he was great at the position. So I think you need hunger to be successful. Second is you need a standard of excellence. And the unfortunate part, as a fan, when I was watching him coming and celebrating is one thing, right? Celebrating wins is one thing, but you got to put that on the shelf. And you can't celebrate as if you just won a championship. You know what I mean? And the way that they celebrated him coming into the locker room was as if they just had won a championship, right? And the season's not over yet. They just won a game that that put them in a position to essentially play for the number one seed, play for the number one, play to win the division next week. And the unfortunate part is they played next week, um, and they just got done celebrating, as if they won a championship. And the unfortunate part is they lost the next game, so they didn't win the number one seed. They didn't win the division. And then last week, they're now the fifth overall seed. So they play the LA Rams on the road, and last week they lost to the LA Rams, and they're now out of the playoffs. I think that the level of standard of excellence of what you're trying to achieve is so important, right? A good example of this is the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics, they do not put any banners of their conference championship. They don't put any banners up in their stadium. They only put championship banners that they actually won the NBA championship. So I think that's a level of standard that they host, right? They don't put, even though they win the conference, they don't put that banner. They celebrate it, but they will only put the banner of the championship, right? They won the NBA championship. So I think that's level of standards that you need to have. Third, you got to know who's your perfect client, your perfect avatar, for sure. Like, who are they? And then number four is having an irresistible offer, right? An irresistible offer. And then number five is obviously traffic. Right? You got more traffic. And most importantly, where we're going to spend most of the time here today is six is you got to know your audience, right? You got to know your audience. And then number seven is you got to have a killer client journey. So I'm going to walk you guys through several things that I'm actually doing to change how I'm going to run my business, right? Because who do I really want to work with? And this is knowing your audience. Number six is what you guys can actually look at in terms of knowing who you actually want to work with in terms of the client. It's not just about the offer. It's not just about where you make the offer, but most importantly, who you actually make the offer to, and at what stage are they in your life. And if I'm teaching us how to design your business, and then design your life, and then design your business, then let's figure out, make sure that you're designing your business to really support your life, right? So we talked about there's three types of prospects that are out there in the marketplace, right? The first is the inexperienced, right? This is somebody who's just getting started. Right. Second is the information gatherer. This is somebody who jumps from webinars to webinars, challenges to challenges, and they're just gathering information. With really most of them have no intention of taking action. They're just right now they're still trying to figure out things out. Maybe they're trying to figure themselves out. Maybe they're trying to figure out if this is something that they want to do. To live the vegan lifestyle or to live the laptop lifestyle, right? They're just gathering information. And then there's the implementer, right? Somebody who says, I have decided I want to live the vegan lifestyle, right? I want to live the laptop lifestyle, right? I want to be a coach. I want to, launch my done for you agency, right? So they've committed, right? They're committed to start. And they're just looking for things to implement, right? So those are the three types of prospects. And then you also have three types of audiences, right? You have a cold audience, which is somebody who doesn't know you. They haven't seen you or engaged with you or your content. The second is you have a warm audience, those who have engaged with you. You visit your page or referred by somebody who has told them about you, right? That's a warm audience. And then there's a hot audience. A hot audience is a custom audience of people who they've engaged with you, they've been to your stuff, or they have purchased even from you, right? That's a hot audience. And we talk about the 5 stages of brand awareness. There's the unaware, problem aware, product aware, and most of them. And what I have decided to do in my business, again, designing my life, you guys know I travel a lot, right? And I'm actually going to be traveling even a lot more in 2025 here. So if I really truly design my life, I want to live life on my terms. how do I design my business to really fuel that without taking away my time from the things that really matter the most to me, but still being able to still make impact, still be able to make income. And I've chosen that I'm going to work with only solution aware. So essentially, what I decided to do here is, and I think this is something that you guys also should consider doing as well, is making the decision to work with implementers, making the decision to work with a hot audience, and making the decision to work with those who are at least solution aware. And solution aware people are willing to, they're looking for a solution, right? You don't have to motivate them. You don't have to, address even the problem that you solve. They already know the problem. They're already looking for a solution. They're already spending time. They're already spending energy. They're already spending money to solve a problem, right? So I have decided to do that. So how do I design my business, right? My client journey so that it supports this, right? It supports how I want to live my life. And that's why I want to talk about to really build a killer client journey, right? To make sure that there's automation, right? There's front end offers, and then ultimately you putting yourself in a position where your clients have only access to you live after they've already become an implementer. They're already a hot audience. They're already solution aware, right? So that's kind of what we're going to walk through today. Okay. And I apologize for the echo here. So keep this very, very straightforward, right? So we know we need traffic. So this is a good example of my traffic strategy, one of my traffic strategies, right? YouTube Shorts. And right now, our YouTube Shorts, the CTA, the call to action is to join our laptop lifestyle tribe. So what I'm doing now is taking that away. And when they get to my middle funnel, when they see something that connects with them, and they want to take, and I am them calling them to action. Instead of calling them to action to our laptop lifestyle tribe, I'm actually going to call them to action to our accelerator. Okay. And the accelerator is a video training that is about an hour long that really lays everything on the table, right? This is, again, the payoff that I help people get, who's my ideal client, who I am, why I do what I do, how I do about doing it, the problem I solve, right? All of these things is laid out on that accelerator, and they get to consume that accelerator right away. And then after consuming the accelerator, for the first quarter here, you guys going to see that my call to action after they watch accelerator is to join our laptop lifestyle tribe. But it's a free, it'll still be a free call to action, right? It'll still be a free community. But to make things very, very clear up front, I'm letting them know that they're going to join this laptop lifestyle tribe and who should join it, why they should join it, how they're going to get engaged, how we're going to engage with them. But most importantly, that it'll be very straightforward up front that they will only have access to the community for 30 days, right? For a good example, like it'll be all upfront, right? So they know that, okay, I only have 30 days access to this community, because what I'm doing is I am actually making sure that it's upfront and straightforward, and I'm inspiring action. I'm inspiring action takers. I'm inspiring implementers and hot audience, right, to actually join, right? So the first few maps here, map 1 is the same thing, right? It's just different traffic strategy. Map 2 is Facebook stories, same thing with the CTA to our accelerator. And then after that, free CTA to our free laptop lifestyle tribe. Map 3, it's the same thing. Instagram to our accelerator to our community, right? YouTube long form to our accelerator to our community. Same thing with our Facebook feed, right? Our Facebook page, my personal Facebook, same thing. Our call to action is to our accelerator first before our community, right? Map 6 is our Instagram TV long form to our accelerator before they go to our community, right? Map 7 is LinkedIn accelerator to our free communities. Map number 8 is blogs, same thing, accelerator to our community. Map 9 is podcasting, accelerator, and then to our community. Map number 10 is YouTube podcasting, video podcasting, same thing there to our accelerator, then to our community, right? And then outreach is the same thing, right? Directly to our accelerator, to our community, right? And then map 12 is where same thing, right? So referrals will even raising that clients of ours, referrals like you guys, if you were a referral partner, then you can actually send traffic directly to our accelerator as well before they even join our free community, right? Same thing with our list. Our list now, instead of the call to action being to our community first, going through our accelerator first, okay? And then to our community, right? And then map 14, this is where things change a little bit, right? The joint ventures that I am going to be building relationships with, they are their community. So they already have a community, right? So if I build a relationship with a funnel builder, for example, I'm in discussions with a funnel builder that is building about 500 funnels a year right now. And he loves the potential of joint venturing with us because the things that he wants to do is he just wants to build a funnel, but he's also in a frustration phase where a lot of the clients who are coming in and having him build funnels for them, they don't know their message, they don't know their offer, they don't know their ideal client, right? They don't know how to build out their client journey. So he actually wants somebody to train him on that. So if we worked out a joint venture deal, then my CTA, same thing, would be able to, he would send all traffic to the VSL first, right? To that video first. And then in that video itself, I will make a call to action for them to purchase a ticket to our challenge, right? Where the challenge now will be a paid challenge. And then during the challenge is when I would make the high ticket offer, right? And then they would be our joint venture partner. Same thing with our affiliates. They would send it to the VSL first, and then they would buy a ticket to our challenge, right? And then I would make a high ticket offer, okay? Map 16 is where my image ad, right? So we're gonna run Facebook. We're gonna increase our budget on running Facebook ads, and it's an image ad. And right now the image ad has a call to action to our laptop lifestyle tribe as well. And instead of doing that, we're actually going to run that to our accelerator first, right? And then they get to consume the accelerator, and the accelerator will give them a call to action to join our laptop lifestyle tribe, and then they'll come to have access for 30 days, and then they'll come to our mastermind, come to our web class, and then we're also going to make them the offer there, right? Map number 17 is our video ads, where again, they're going to go through our accelerator and then join our laptop lifestyle tribe, get access for 30 days and come to our mastermind, come to our web class, right? Map number 18 is our Facebook video ads as well, but they're going to go to our accelerator first. And our accelerator actually will be the one that does the call to action for them to buy a ticket to our challenge. And then map number 19 is accelerator to an intensive, where we will be selling a low ticket ticket to our intensive. It's a full day workshop, right? And then map number 20 is our same thing, our video ad to our accelerator, and then they join our paid laptop lifestyle tribe. So one of the things that you guys will see me transition to be at the end of the first quarter is the community itself will not be free anymore. So I'm going to give myself some time to make that transition, right? So starting April 1st, all of our traffic will come through the accelerator, and then the accelerator itself will make an offer for them to join our community, but joining our community will be paid. They will not get free access anymore for 30 days. So they'll purchase a membership to our community, turning our community to a paid membership. Either they pay $9.97 for the whole year or $99 a month. If they come through the accelerator, the other thing that we're doing also selling a ticket to our challenge for $97. And then coming to our accelerator and also buying a ticket to our intensive for $97 a month. And by doing that, essentially what I am doing is positioning myself to work with only people, again, who are already a hot audience, who are already implementers, right? And the inexperienced, the information gatherers, the cold, the warm audience, if they're not willing to invest, you know, $97 to spend 3 days with me on a challenge, or $100 to spend a full day at our intensive, or $997 to gain access to our membership, our Laptop Lifestyle Tribe for the full year, then I don't want them to get access to me, live anymore. Does that make sense? Does it make sense to you guys? Right? So the accelerator is 100% like designed to push those who are not going to invest in themselves. And if they're not willing to invest in themselves, then I don't want to invest my time with them anymore. Make sense? I only want to spend time with those who are really like serious and committed to at least invest some form of low ticket, at least on themselves. Hopefully this makes sense to you guys. Okay. Right. And if you guys are already part of this, right? So I, obviously giving you guys access to our community for, as part of the coaching already, right? But so because you've decided to invest in yourself, it's kind of like you decided to move forward and join our membership, Laptop Lifestyle Tribe, and pay your $99 a month, whatever in terms of whatever that is, right? Because that, for me, I feel great because I'm here now working with people who are at least willing to invest something on them with themselves, instead of just working with people who are just there to wanting the free stuff all the time. Make sense? All right. Okay. Because there's a bunch of them, right? So if you create the space, or if you create the environment where everything's free, you're gonna, like I said, you always have an audience. You're always gonna have an audience who says, "Oh, that's free stuff, I'm gonna come to it," right? If you sell low ticket, there's always an audience that's willing to buy low ticket. If you have a mid ticket, there's an audience willing to buy mid ticket. If you have a high ticket, there's an audience that's willing to buy a high ticket. So again, you're creating the environment, right? And let's make sure that yes, we want to run a business. Yes, we want to make impact in people's lives, but at the same time, you let's not kill yourself in the process. You've heard me say this before. Okay, sense? So Anton, I'm gonna send you this slide deck, Brandy, as well, so you guys can kind of see it, right? And then you'll see the recording of this. But we'll send it so you can kind of see what that looks like. Yeah, Map 5 is basically the same thing. It's just traffic to a free community. But before they join the free community, they're running through the accelerator first. That's all it is, right? And Map 15 is confirm. And then Map 15 is just Map 15 is very similar to, it's just affiliate, right? The traffic source is affiliates, with again being able to watch our accelerator, and then during the accelerator, when they watch it, it's going to make an offer to join our challenge, right? And the challenge would be a paid challenge. That's it. Make sense? So taking this example, first off, anybody have any questions? And using this example, how can you? If you look, what I'm doing is I am choosing to automate on the front end as much as I can to push those away who are not willing to invest in themselves. But by the time they get access to me live, whether it be on our mastermind or on our web class or at our challenge or at our intensive, they are already a paid client. Make sense? They're already a paid client. That's all I'm doing. And then the cool part is, if you look at what I've done, is the accelerator itself will always be there, right? That's where all the traffic has to go through there. And if I ever want to improve the accelerator, all I do is just record a new accelerator, replace the old one with the new one, right? And then I can put it up on all my funnels and all that stuff. So I'm just changing one thing. And then even if I, let's say, launch a book, which I am going to do in February, right? I'm gonna launch a book, and I'm gonna turn into a digital version of my book. And if I run that through a lead magnet and my call to action in the book, they can come get the book. But in the book itself, we'll have a call to action to watch our accelerator. So the accelerator will always be there, right? So they read the book, They go to the accelerator, they watch the accelerator, and wherever I want them to go after the accelerator, that's my choice. And in the accelerator, just like I said, I will have several call to actions, right? One call to action is to watch our to register for our paid challenge. The second call to action is to register for our intensive, a paid intensive. The other call to action is to join our Laptop Lifestyle Tribe, which is a paid community, right? So no more free. The free stuff is on the front end. The book is free stuff. The accelerator is free, right? All of that is automated. And then the rest will be once they get access to me live, now they're already a paid client. That's all I'm doing. Okay. Yes, Anton.
I feel bad because I've asked this question before, Cease.
Yes.
What's the thought process behind converting Laptop Lifestyle to a paid one, like putting a $97 price on it versus funneling people from the free one to a paid one?
What I am witnessing is that in our community right now, I am seeing a lot of inexperience and information gatherers in there, and it's taking a lot of even though the intention to start a relationship, to give them a safe place to join is there, but what we are finding is that there's a lot of inexperienced and information gatherers that really haven't really fully committed to themselves and their own success, quite honestly, and to actually do this. They're kind of like they're dabbling, right? And it's a choice that I'm making to say, okay, if I'm noticing that and I'm witnessing that in my community as well as other communities, then do I continue doing this way and continue trying to revive the dabblers, right? Trying to motivate them and encourage them and have a team there to engage with them and get them to engage and get them to, through to our funnel to get them to our masterminds and web classes? Or do I just say, you know what, let's not work with dabblers anymore. Let's work with people who let's work with people who are saying, you know what, I made a decision, right? I'm going to build an online business. I'm going to build an offer, right? And I need help. Makes sense, right? And I want to work with them. That's why. And I think that and I'm seeing this in my community. And as a matter of fact, it's a discussion that I've had with several inner circle members who build communities, even Russell, right? Russell built the selling online community, and he did it just kind of like me with an intention to drive traffic to people to join this community. And then he does all his marketing and all of his marketing and selling in there, right? Which is nurturing the relationship and starting the relationship. And even he's starting to see where over 90% of them are really inactive. You know what I mean? They're inactive, they're not engaged. And what we're really finding is, and we're seeing the patterns of, these people, they're just dabbling, they're just here. Some people are there to sell, even, right, to get business, which is fine. But then there are some people who are there, they're just kind of hanging out, right? They're just kind of hanging out. And I don't want to work with people who are there just to hang out anymore. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the name of the game anyway. Like you expect that maybe only about 10% of the people would be engaged and involved.
Yeah. And so if by doing it this way, if we're talking about 90% of the people who haven't really fully committed themselves, which is totally fine, then they should not have access to you live. Does that make sense? Then let's give them all let's give them all the stuff for them to consume, right? They can go to our YouTube channel and watch stuff. They can, watch the accelerator till their eyes pop out, right? They can continue getting the PDF checklist or the digital book that we launched, whatever it is. Fine, do that, right? And then, but the ones that get live access to, right, they should be already paid clients. Make sense? Yeah, Michaela, question?
Only once you have enough people, Michaela. You gotta build up to a certain number of people, because otherwise you'll be only like a couple of people that will be paid, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and wherever you take them, whether it's through a funnel or through school, it doesn't matter, right? Like even one of our strategies, one of our client journeys, they're going to see us, they're going to come through our funnel, and they're going to get a book, right? Like I had mentioned, that book is going to be inside of a funnel, inside of a sales page, or an opt-in page. So they opt in to get the book. They're able to download the book, but then the book will take them to the accelerator so they can watch the video that companies, right, the accelerate the book, and then the accelerator itself will make them an offer, whether it be to join our laptop lifestyle tribe for $997 for the whole year, or $99 a month, or they get come to our challenge for $99, or come to our intensive for $99, right? And again, when they get access to me live that way, whether it be in our laptop lifestyle tribe or our challenge or intensive, or whatever I do next, they're already a paid client. They're already a hot audience. They're already an implementer. They're already a solution aware client. Make sense? Right? Yeah. Yeah. That's it. And that is our click to client. So when you look at your offer, whatever you guys are trying to get them to, wherever you're going to make your offer, like I've decided I'm going to make my offer during our web class, right? But even that, before they even come to the web class, now they're already a paid client. They're already part of the membership. They're already paying the membership, right? And then they're going to hear my high ticket offer. And when they come to my challenge, they already paid a ticket. So they're going to hear my high ticket offer. And they're intensive as well. They've already paid for that ticket. They're going to hear my high ticket offer. Because at the end of the day, you can have the most amazing offer, right? And if you're just making an offer to the wrong person, the end, it's also the wrong timing, right? Then it doesn't matter how amazing your offer is. Okay? Make sense? Very cool. So put some thoughts into this. I would love to see your journey, your client journey, right? How do you get them from seeing you to knowing you? And knowing you part, let's try to automate that as much as possible, right? And then have them come into a space where, just like me, whether, wherever you're going to make the offer, then your high ticket anyways, maybe you put in a low ticket in front of it, just like Michaela, you've been asking this question, should you charge for your vegan lifestyle? Yeah, I think you should. You put a VSL there, let them get to know, again, why you created, who you are, what the benefits are, what's the payoff, right? And then make the offer, have them join your laptop, your vegan lifestyle. And then when they're in your community, they're already a paid client, whether it be $47 a month or $97 a month or whatever that is. Now, when you actually attempt to make a high ticket offer to coach them, right? Or to have them, move up to your inner circle, whatever you call it. Now, I believe that you're going to convert much better because you already know you're working with people who have the already solution where they're looking for a change, right? To move away from some type of a pain or towards some type of a pleasure. Okay, cool. Beautiful. All right, guys, I have to run. Fortunately, have an amazing rest of the night, and we will see you guys on the mastermind on Monday.